Hello and welcome to Nompton Numismatics. I'm going to be talking about some various aspects of my collection, NGC grading, maybe some grading results at some point, but to start out I'm going to try and make a video a week of doing 5 coins from my collection, my NGC graded collection, and just kind of giving some info and going through them alphabetically as we go. So thanks for watching. Okay, so this coin here is a 1953 or 1486 restrike of the Austria Goldiner. This was the first silver coin, or kind of dollar-sized silver coin, ever really made for circulation, and kind of is considered the great-grandfather of crown-size coins. It features Archduke Sigismund of Tyrol. The edge reads, which you can't really see it, but one Tyroler Taler A900, which is Argent 900. It's roughly 32 grams of 90% silver, and it has a pretty tiny mintage of 5,000, which is considerably small mintage for any coin. The raw value of these coins is usually between maybe $70 to $150, and graded like this is more in the $200 to $250 range, especially with nice toning. It's hard to capture it here, but it's got some nice purples that really show up in sunlight, which is better lighting than this lamp here. The grading population report, there are 11 in 66, and there are 18 higher, I think 1 in 68, and the rest in 67. It came in this little felt pouch that I have around here somewhere. I looked, but I can't find it. It's in a drawer. My drawer is full of junk, but it came in this little felt pouch that had like it was kind of the COA for it, but that's this one. So the second coin, and this is a really cool one, is an 1878 Austria 2 florin or 2 gulden coin. It is 24.7 grams of 90% silver. The mintage was 275,000. This coin I actually purchased in a PCGS MS62 and sent to NGC to have conserved, and as you can see, it did much better, as now it is a MS63 proof-like. The population in MS63 PL is 3 with 3 graded higher in proof-like. So it's fairly scarce to get them in proof-like, as there are, very few graded. It is minted to commemorate the Silver Jubilee, which is the 25th anniversary of Emperor Franz Joseph and Empress Elizabeth. The value of these in a regular MS63 would probably be about $225 or so, but in proof-like, I would put the value at about $450. Proof-like fields are pretty awesome on this. I had a feeling that it might go proof-like whenever I sent it in for conservation, which is why I went ahead and paid the extra, I think like 25 bucks for the conservation fees. The next coin is actually the only out of this group of 5 that I didn't have graded myself. I purchased this one through Instagram from a great guy at RBS Coins is his Instagram name, so if you're on there you should check him out. This is an 1810 Austria 20 Kreuzer, Austria Habsburg. This guy is Emperor Francis I of Austria, and then the back, or the reverse, has a double-headed imperial eagle, which is pretty common for German and Austrian coins, especially of the period, but even still more commonly you can see them. See them a lot on the 1780 Austria Taler restrikes, pretty similar design. Population on this one, it is a top pop for the year, 2 in Mint State 64, none graded higher, which definitely makes it a significantly valuable coin for people who are out there collecting top pop coins. It is roughly 6.7 grams of 58.3% silver. They did a lot of kind of obscure silver content for the fractional coins back in the day. Not really sure who was responsible for making those decisions, but it's a little bit curious. 58.3. Anyway, I do not know the mintage. I was not able to track it down. You can find it for some years on like Numista or NGC's websites, but the 1810 was not listed. So the 20 kreuzer is 1/3 of a gulden, so 60 kreuzer to a gulden, and 1 3/4 guldens to a thaler. Really weird. I don't know why their system was so strange, but a lot of coin systems were really strange back then. The British had a really strange one, which I'll get into in a later video when I get into my British coins. But so that's this one, and it being a top pop, the value of this one is probably roughly $200. Just a really nice condition coin, and pretty scarce to find in high grades. The next coin, and this is actually one of my favorites in my collection, is a 1759 Austria thaler from Salzburg, and that's the Davenport's number. So if you don't know, Davenport's is a catalog of crowns and thalers of Europe from, I'm not sure when the first issue was, but cataloging really, I think, pretty much all of them. And so this coin features Saint Rupert of Salzburg seated on a cloud with some angels nearby, and Saint Rupert was a bishop of Salzburg in the late 7th century and early 8th century. He passed away in 710 and was later beatified by the Catholic Church as a saint. And this coin is actually a bishopric issue. I'm probably saying that wrong, but rather than a ruler issue, which means so the bishops of the church at the time actually had the authority to order minting of coins as well as rulers. So the ruler version of this coin would, feature the emperor's head or bust on this side, or on the obverse of the coin, and a less religious motif on the reverse. So kind of cool piece of history that the bishop actually had the authority to order the minting of coins. I'm not really sure why he did. I'm sure it had to do with trade reasons. I don't know, things that maybe it was a way of generating revenue for the church. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I'm not sure the purity of the silver in this coin. It's kind of hard to find that information. Need to get somebody to scan one with like an XRF so they can tell exactly the purity, but it usually is between like 80 and 90% silver on these types of, or this kind of period of coins. The population report on this one in NGC is 2 in AU53 with only 7 graded higher, and only 2 in mint state. There's 1 in 63 and 1 in 64. And the value on this coin is probably right around $400. And it has some great toning. If I can get it captured here on the reverse, which just has such great detail. I love the design on this coin. And the last coin is a bit different. It's much more modern compared to the other ones. It is a 1958 Belgium 50 francs that had some really cool toning, which is why I sent it in. These are pretty common, and I actually have the photo visions of these from NGC. Photovision is NGC's photo service for coins, kind of like PCGS's TrueView, and I think they do a pretty good job. So I've been doing that much more later, as of late, and will continue to order the Photovision service, and I'll show that on this video. But this coin has a mintage of 382,000, which is actually a little bit scarcer variety, the Flemish or Dutch text, compared to the French text version of this coin that has a mintage of 476,000. It is made of 12.5 grams of 83.5% silver, and it is celebrating the World's Fair of 1958. That's the little 1958 World's Fair logo there on the left. And the building here is the Brussels, Belgium Town Hall building. And then on this side, it's King Baudouin. I'm saying it wrong. It's a French word. I don't speak French. I'm not gonna pretend to understand how to say that, but that's him. He's on there. And the population report on this one in NGC is 3 in 65 with 6 graded higher. So definitely on the higher end of these. Hard to determine a value on this one because a lot of the value is due to the toning. But if I were to ever sell it, I would probably put the value somewhere right around $90 to $100. So a fairly inexpensive coin, certainly compared to the other ones, but I think a nice one nonetheless. So here is the photo vision for that 50 francs that I was telling you about. The photo visions cost like $8 on top of whatever the grading tier fee is from NGC, and so far I think they've been really worth it. They've done a really good job for me for the most part. I've only had maybe one or two that I was a little bit disappointed with that they maybe didn't quite get all the toning, but overall really pleased. So I was referencing the Davenport catalogs of crowns and thalers. This is the 1800 present, which really means like I think in the 50s version of the book. So these are really a great tool to have as you're trying to track down, kind of any crown size coins. It's got a lot of great info, pictures of everything, so you can see what's going on. I guess there was one from the 60s, so stop somewhere in the 60s then, maybe 1960. But it's a cool book. It's got a lot of info. You can find them pretty commonly on eBay. They're a little bit expensive sometimes. I actually found this one on kind of an obscure website for like $10, which was really nice. I'd like to get the older ones as well. They go back a lot further. But nonetheless, these are a great book to have on the shelf if you're a world coin collector. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and if you liked this video and want to see more of them, then please maybe consider subscribing. Like I said, I will try and do this once a week if I can, and just kind of take you through my collecting journey. Thanks.